wanna be on top. Wanna be on top. It's time to make it happen. You know we'll be on top. It's gotta be on top. Wanna be on top. Wanna be on top. Wanna be on top.
Hey guys, it's Hart and welcome back to Agndm Cycle 7. This week's theme was Editorial and this is one of my favorite themes, so I'm super excited and let's get into it. The first photo is from Briar Rose and this is so cool. I love how you took the magazine approach to this because Editorial is very magazine-esque and it's very editorial. I absolutely love the Roman statue and the flowers and obviously the mirror. It kind of reminds me of the shoot that Harry Styles just did, first male on the cover of US Vogue. And her dress is gorgeous as well. If I had to change one thing about the picture, I think I would change the lighting a little bit to make it just a tiny bit less harsh, but overall you did an amazing job. This next photo is from Caroline, and this is such a cool and unique approach to the theme. I absolutely love the 50s, and her pose is super cute and definitely editorial. I love the text as well and how the Vogue logo matches her dress. I would say that it would have been better to bring her further in front of the backdrop and then back yourself up with the camera, to kind of create more depth of field and kind of mask the wrinkles on the sheet. The barcode is also a little bit too big and kind of blocks part of the photo. It's a little bit distracting, so I would have placed it somewhere else, but overall you did a great job. The next photo is from Harley and this is adorable. I love the urban vibe of this photo and how you use the rule of thirds. I think it was a great choice to really show the surroundings in the background of the picture, and I love the color harmonization with the green and yellow. I would have angled the camera down a little bit more towards Harley because I think there's a little bit too much like negative space and just kind of emptiness, but overall you did a great job. The next photo is from Kalena and this is gorgeous. You mentioned that your great-grandmother made this dress, which is so precious. I love that. And I like the muted background and the brighter colors in the foreground. It doesn't scream editorial to me, but I think I would have gone a little bit more outside of the box, maybe with the pose, or even like a wider shot. I just think it doesn't really scream editorial to me. I don't know how to phrase it. But technically speaking, this is a very strong photo. The next photo is from Lainey, and this is super, super pretty. You have a lot of aspects that add visual interest. I love the reflection that you have as well as the flowers that frame her. The vignette you added in the corner is also great to draw more attention to her. And you clearly have a good concept of like how to make photos a little bit more interesting. But I think that technically speaking this photo is a little bit off. Like it's kind of grainy and it's like not sharp. I don't know if it's the lighting or something, so it makes it a little bit off, but overall great job. Next one is from Monica and this is such a beautiful photo. I absolutely love the color combo and her top is so pretty. I think this is really, really cool having her in the sky and the butterflies around her. It's super aesthetically pleasing, and I think it would have been really, really cool if you had a wider shot of her so you could actually see her standing fully, but take it from a lower angle, so like her torso and head was still in the sky, but you could see that she was standing on the ground. I feel like that would have been really cool, but this is really gorgeous. If you hear the wind, I'm really sorry. It's like very aggressive today, so just try to ignore it. The next photo is from Noname and this is amazing. I love this lighting, and the tinfoil was such a good idea to add visual interest. It's so cool. The lighting also is amazing, how you have like one side purple that fades kind of into a teal, and I love how you tied in the background with the foils on her face. It really just kind of makes the photo cohesive overall. I feel like you could have dressed her in something a little bit more unique because Editorial is all about the clothes as well. It's like one of the main parts of it. But great job overall. The next photo is from Ocean, and I love this picture. It really reminds me of something I would see on the cover of Vogue, which I'm sure is what you're going for. The tulle looks so cool and adds such a good flow as well as visual interest to the photo. And the gem on her face is also a really nice touch, definitely editorial. I think maybe the background could have been a little bit more interesting, or maybe a wider shot to kind of show how massive her dress is, because I know a lot of editorial pieces, they use tulle and it's just like huge, like Ariana Grande's red carpet, whatever that was, Grammys I think. So yeah. The next photo is from Riley, and this is absolutely beautiful. I love her dress and the flower crown. It's so like breathtaking. The petals are also very, very pretty to help lead the eye around the photo, and this photo is gorgeous overall. But I think it would have been even better if the background wasn't like stark white, you know what I mean? Like maybe have it be like a lighter yellow that ties into her dress, or even just like a light gray that's not quite white. I just think it kind of looks like she's copy and pasted. Even if she wasn't, I think it would have benefited from having a little bit of a darker background. But this is really great overall. The last one is from Verena, and this is so cool. I love the approach you took with like the unique lighting, and it's super visually interesting, and her eyes also look very pretty. I love the shadow she's casting on the wall too. There's lots of like interesting light forms going on. I think this would have been really great with a more unique top and maybe a wider shot to really emphasize the editorial aspect, because yes, this is a unique photo, but I guess I wouldn't immediately think editorial when I look at it, if you know what I mean. But overall, you did a great job. So now it's time for best of bottom 2. Best photo this week goes to Briar Rose. I just really think you hit the nail on the head with this one. Congrats on 2 top photos in a row. Next is Ocean, Riley, Monica, Harley, Noname, Caroline, Verena, and the bottom 2 are Lainey and Kalena. So to Lainey, I just think that the technical aspects of your photo were off for me. I don't know if it was like the angle or the graininess or anything. I think you had a good idea going, but I don't know that it was executed perfectly. And to Kalena, I think that your photo is somewhat editorial, but I feel like it doesn't really scream it. And I think you also could have gone a little bit more outside of the box. So the person who's going to be going home this week is Lainey. Great job this cycle. You did such an amazing job, and your photo was still amazing this week. It was very hard to choose. And here are all of your previous photos. So the theme for next week is going to be out of place, and this is a theme that I've never done before. So basically what I want you to do is kind of put your doll like in a situation where she doesn't belong. I'm gonna try to explain it more in the email that I sent out to you guys, because it's kind of hard to describe at the moment, but I hope you kind of understand what I mean. You can kind of look up ideas on Pinterest or Google. I'll try to include some inspiration, because this is kind of a unique theme, but I think you guys will do a really great job with it, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!